congrats on advancing to the next round. 2 wins, kind of different ways. Can you take me back to game one and some of the effort you saw from your team that led to that shutout result?
Yeah, I thought our group really bought into the defensive side. It's something we stressed in practice, really collapsing around the net. And then when it did get out to the point, blocking shots. And I thought our guys in game one did an outstanding job blocking shots, limiting opportunities for Trent to see, making it as easy as possible on him. And then from that defense, we were able to transition into some offense. Obviously, the power play comes up big. The penalty kill kills all of them. There's a lot of aspects of our game where we were right, and it led to a shutout result.
I know that special teams was a point of emphasis going into this series. How did you feel about the success on the man advantage?
Yeah, the first game we were better, and then second game didn't get the results we wanted. The penalty kill was outstanding both nights, and I think that's important for us. But anytime you take, one of the, in my opinion, the best defensemen in the league, Jackie, out of the lineup, there's adjustments, and you can tell we just weren't really in sync tonight. But it's something we can iron out. But for the most part, the penalty kill did their job. Back to what we were at the start of the year, where I felt like our kill was really strong, our defensive efforts were great, and you give up one goal in the series. And I think that's something we can hang our hat on.
Looking back at Jason Megna's goal tonight, how is it representative of the type of leader he is in this team to have that kind of a response so quickly after the goals get one?
Yeah, well, and we talk about key moments. Something I've learned along the way, key moments, starts of periods, ends of periods, and then shifts after goals. And I thought our guys stepped up in a situation where it was needed. And I've asked a lot of Jason. I've taken responsibilities away and to give it to younger players, power play minutes. He's never complained. Just goes out and works, and he does a lot of things that a lot of people don't see. So for him to get that goal in that situation says a lot about not only what he sacrificed for the guys and for the group, but what he's done for me. I'm always happy for guys like that when they have success.
What about DeMarsico's game has made it so easy to play him kind of bigger minutes top of the lineup?
Yeah, he checks right. And that was part of the scouting report, is that he's got a good track game. He checks right. He makes plays. He made too many plays tonight, and I talked to him about on the bench at certain times, but that's part of being a young player in this league and learning playoff hockey and habits at certain times. And there has to be, in my opinion, an acceptable amount of mistake. And it's something that, again, if he makes those mistakes next game, well, then we get a problem. But you just talk to him and you hope he makes the adjustments. And I thought in the third, after making a couple questionable plays, he buckled down, made the right plays, and that's part of his growth and part of his learning. And he scores a huge goal for us in a big moment in this building. That's sometimes people need a moment to feel a part of things, and I think that was a good one for him.
And things obviously break through for you guys offensively in the third, but kind of at the start of it, when you're in that place of protecting the lead, what stands out to you the most about the way your team played?
Yeah, well, and we don't even say protect the lead. We want to attack the game at all times. There's times when you get on your heels, and we've given up leads lately, in the end part of the regular season, where I didn't see that. I seen confidence. I thought Ivan's line in particular tonight, they just went in the O-zone and forechecked and hung on to pucks and made it hard. And then, as the game goes on, those defensemen wear down and their reads change, and it opens up opportunities for us. So I'm happy that our guys stuck with it. Sometimes it's not easy when maybe a frustrating 40 minutes where you're not getting a lot. To get rewarded with 5 in the third, I think it's a good lesson for our group.
And how do you see this series as a launch pad for the next round?
Well, we got a taste of it. Obviously, we're going to be playing, a really good team in the next series, and all the way through. Details and structure and defending and all the things, they just become more magnified as you go. So we're going to have to find a new level. These guys have earned a couple days off because the next game won't be till Friday, but they've earned it. You get a sweep like that at home, earn some time off to rest, recuperate, and get our minds ready for the next team.
I know you always like to encourage your D to get involved offensively, but 3 defensemen with goals tonight, what do you boil that down to?
A lot of different things. Ronnie found out he was playing this morning, and he comes in and gets the first goal for us. And he's such a room favorite. His personality, the energy he brings, and it hasn't always gone great for him. He has had to sit games, but for him to go in there, you could tell the guys were incredibly happy for him, and he picks a big spot for us. And then Gags, we've missed him now for a long time, and he's back in this series, and he's defending at the top of his level, and he gets a goal, the third one, where he gets up in the play and gets one. It's a big moment for him. And then even Sean, at the end. Another big moment for young guys to be a part of things. Hopefully it's something they can build off of, but incredibly proud of the D and the forwards. But those moments in particular are pretty cool.
And what role did Trent Miner play in the result this series?
It's huge. And Trent and I had a pretty good discussion this week of practice, just wanting him to, the message to him was I wanted a fighter. I wanted somebody that was going to fight for his team. And then not that he wasn't, but sometimes you got to push and prod a little differently as a coach. And in that moment, I wanted that underdog, the guy that had to prove he belonged here, play through the coast, take this net. I want him to keep that fighter mentality, and I thought it was on display. The saves he made in game 1 and 2, that's a guy back there that I think our team trusts fully.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Last thing, just first playoff series going now as a head coach. What was the atmosphere like for you? Did it feel a little different on the bench for that?
Yeah, and to be honest, it can be hard because there's so much emotions and there's so much energy. We were conscious of it, trying to not let it control us, use it, but not let us control. Sometimes when it gets loud and things get heated, you throw the extra punch or you make a mistake. So it was there when we needed it, and I thought we did a really good job harnessing the energy from the crowd and putting it into what was on the ice.